Many are happy about this.
And Mike, we do know that. All right, Mike, we also know that this doesn't last forever this time of year.
No, of course not. As I mentioned, the front has come through. The temperature's slowly going down, and we'll have some rain coming in here in the next 2 to 3 hours. By dinner time or so, it'll mix in with snow. We'll have some snow overnight, Chris, about an inch here. Advisories and warnings everywhere but in Minneapolis, north, west, and south. And then highs for the rest of the week will be in the 20s. Keep in mind the average high is 27. 12 degrees is our average low this morning, Chris. We were 38, 39 degrees above that.
All right, Mike, thank you very much. Let's take a look now at some of that warmth. And it's the plains to the Midwest. You might be wondering, where's winter? We see this yellow one here. That's that warm air into the green, mild air. And you know, surrounding you here, you know it's not going to last long when to your south, it's 31 in Atlanta. That was the low this morning. 43 in Minneapolis and 33 in International Falls. So the cold air is around you in Minneapolis. We're going to watch this next storm move through. And it's the warm air ahead of the storm that's bringing the milder temperatures, about 10 to 20 degrees warmer than average. Once the storm gets through, that cooler air will be back, and it'll be back in a big way. But today, you're looking at these daytime high, afternoon readings here, 24 degrees warmer than average in Des Moines, Chicago, 50 degrees, also 15 degrees warmer than average today. And then for tomorrow, a little bit cooler air comes in to Chicago, but still, Kate, mild in Pittsburgh, 11 degrees warmer than average tomorrow with a high of 51.
Woo, 51. Coming up next on Weather Center Live, we are watching yet another series of storms impacting California right now. And this won't pack the same punch as last week, but it's bringing an additional 1 to 3 inches of drought-helping rain across the state. We're bringing you live coverage from California. That's coming up next here on Weather Center Live.
You get sick, you can't breathe through your nose. Suddenly, you're a mouth breather. A mouth breather. Well, put on a Breathe Right strip and shut your mouth. Cold medicines open your nose over time, but add a Breathe Right strip and pow, it opens your nose up to 38% more. So you can breathe and do the one thing you want to do. Sleep. Add Breathe Right to your cold medicine, shut your mouth, and sleep right. Breathe Right. And look for the calming scent of new Breathe Right lavender in the sleep aisle.
Hello, I'm an Idaho potato farmer, and our big Idaho potato truck is still missing. So my buddy here is going to help me find it. There you go! It's out there somewhere, spreading the word about America's favorite potato, heart-healthy Idaho potatoes, and the American Heart Association's Go Red for Women campaign. If you see it, I hope you'll let us know. Always look for the Grown in Idaho seal.
Say hello to the new weather.com, a beautiful new design with weather as the main story. The information you need, the site you rely on, the brand you trust. The new weather.com, the final piece in the Weather Channel redesign. The Weather Channel, it's amazing out there.
Currently in our area, 68 degrees under fair skies. Today, mostly sunny. High 76. Winds light and variable. Tonight, mainly clear skies. Low 55. Winds light and variable. Tuesday, mainly sunny. High 78. Winds light and variable. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Ride on the most treacherous highway in the world to experience the high risk of heavy rescue. Highway Through Hell, Sundays at 10 on the Weather Channel.
Meet the lumberjack whose flannel was out of whack. Freedom to move is what he lacked, even when woodland creatures attack. Until they put Duluth free swinging flannel on his back, with armpit gussets to whack and hack. Now he's known as a lumberjack. Duluth Trading free swinging flannel. Swinging made easy. Flannel made burly. Get it only at DuluthTrading.com.
Nourished. Rescued. Protected. Given new hope. During the Subaru Share the Love event, Subaru owners feel it too. Because when you take home a new Subaru, we donate $250 to helping those in need. We'll have given $50 million over 7 years. Love, it's what makes a Subaru.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Hi, Anthony. How much does my discount double check save me?
About $150.
Done.
Insurance, find me money.
I got you $1.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm, there to help you get to a better state.
New Move Free Ultra brings a revolution to joint health. It's the smallest joint health pill, now with a new triple action formula for joint, cartilage, and bone health. Move on to new Move Free Ultra.
Round 3 in the West. This coming after the worst storm in 6 years to hit California over the weekend. Many areas were still drying out.
And cleaning up. A mudslide sent rocks and debris spilling into homes in Camarillo Springs, covering some of the homes up to their roofs. More than a dozen of them have been deemed uninhabitable.
And Kate, more up California dealing with rain again today.
Once again, I know it's a double-edged sword. You want to see the rain, but then at the same time, you get a little bit nervous because of the mudslides that we've been seeing happening. So today, the region is set to get hit with more rain, and we are going to see more rain and snow.
In fact, let's go ahead and right now and take a look at where we're seeing that rain. And we see here throughout parts of the Bay Area again. Here's San Francisco. And to the south around San Jose, that's where we're seeing some of the heavier rain. You go a little bit farther to the south in Monterey County, so now into the Central Coast dealing with some of that rain.
Most of the rain totals I've seen, Chris, have been around 1 to 2 inches at a maximum. A lot of those less than an inch. But in the San Francisco area, we've seen almost 2 inches. Which
is a fair amount for any given storm, but it's not as much as we've seen in the past 2 storms that have been just so big. And here comes that next storm system moving in, Kate, and that moisture, once again, that moist flow coming up from the southwest.
Yeah, you can watch how we're going to time this out today. So that line kind of training those showers on shore, getting them going right through the San Francisco area and then moving farther south later today.
Yeah, and into the night, and tomorrow, another chance for some rain. And Dave Malkoff is live this morning in San Jose.
Yeah, the rain is back, but some are still dealing with some of the issues that they were from last week, still cleaning up. What are you finding out there?
Yeah, good morning, Kate. Good morning, Chris. Last time I saw Chris, we were standing in the Marina District up north in San Francisco. Now we are down in Silicon Valley, and look at it. It's coming down. It's been coming down for about 2 hours, just like this, and it's getting even heavier. So far, here in the South Bay, the reservoirs have collected 2 billion gallons of water just in South Bay reservoirs. The same thing is happening down in Los Angeles County. That's good because they push all that water down into the aquifers, but at some point it gets oversaturated and they just can't take any more water. That's why you've got the downside. That's why last week up in San Francisco we got flooded streets. We also had electricity off for something like 150,000 PG&E customers. And then we had the rock slides that you just showed in Camarillo in Ventura County, north of Los Angeles. Then we even had a tornado, you guys. There was a tornado that came through South Los Angeles. An EF0, but enough to twist a big metal billboard, enough to pull roofs off of houses. It was very scary. So you've got the upside that will help with the drought, but also the downside that gets very, very dangerous when all this water comes down so fast. Chris and Kate.
Okay, thanks so much, Dave. We know you got to talk to the person who took some video of that tornado, and so no doubt you got the feelings of just how scary those moments were. We're actually going to have that later on in the show.
And as he mentioned, that tornado in Los Angeles, that is rare. That is a rare event that came with this massive storm, and we're going to have that a little bit later. We're going to show you.
Oh, yeah, but just how rare was it? Our own severe weather expert, Dr. Greg Forbes, explains how and why it happened.
Plus, what starts in the west moves east.
Christmas is days away, so let's act fast, really fast. Let's do must-have, know-how, just right, right now. Last minute? You got it. Or get one of these. Let's put the list to bed, add up the savings, and count down the days. That's how to holiday. Let's do this. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Buy a combo kit and get up to $150 toward any cordless power tool, radio, or battery.
It's Ram commercial truck season. And if you want to build something ahead of its time, you'll need trucks that are ahead of the rest. Trucks with the best fuel economy, 28 mpg highway, the best towing, 30,000 pounds, best torque, 865 pound-feet, and the best payload, over 4,400 pounds. The complete lineup of Ram commercial vehicles is ready to help you start building tomorrow. Get a great deal during Ram commercial truck season.
My name's Louie and I quit smoking with Chantix. I had tried to do in the past, I hadn't been successful. Quitting smoking this time was different because I got a prescription for Chantix.
Along with support, Chantix Varenicline is proven to help people quit smoking.
The fact that it reduced the urge to smoke helped me get that confidence that I could do it.
Some people had changes in behavior, thinking or mood, hostility, agitation, depressed mood, and suicidal thoughts or actions while taking or after stopping Chantix. Some people had seizures while taking Chantix. If you have any of these, stop Chantix and call your doctor right away. Tell your doctor about any history of mental health problems, which could get worse while taking Chantix, or history of seizures. Don't take Chantix if you've had a serious allergic or skin reaction to it. If you develop these, stop Chantix and see your doctor right away, as some can be life-threatening. Tell your doctor if you have a history of heart or blood vessel problems or develop new or worse symptoms. Get medical help right away if you have symptoms of a heart attack or stroke. Decrease alcohol use while taking Chantix. Use caution when driving or operating machinery. Common side effects include nausea, trouble sleeping, and unusual dreams.
I love myself as a non-smoker.
Ask your doctor if Chantix is right for you.
Say hello to the new weather.com, a beautiful new design with weather as the main story. The information you need, the site you rely on, the brand you trust.
You used to sleep like a champ. Then boom, what happened? Stress. Fun? Bad habits? Kids? Now what? Let's build a new, smarter bed using the dual air chambers to sense your movement, heartbeat, breathing. Introducing the Sleep Number bed with Sleep IQ technology. It tracks your sleep and tells you how to adjust for a good, better, and an awesome night. The difference? Try adjusting up or down. You'll know because Sleep IQ tells you. Give the gift of amazing sleep. Only at a Sleep Number store. Find our Best Buy rated C2 Queen mattress with Sleep IQ. No better sleep with Sleep Number.
Maxwell's is now open in the Driftwood Plaza of Jupiter. Gold, silver, coins, diamonds, jewelry, paintings, and objects of art. If you don't want it or wear it, sell it to Maxwell's. We buy and sell diamonds of all sizes, clarity, and condition up to 10 carats in size and above. We have decades of experience buying and selling gold, coins, diamonds, and objects of art. Maxwell's, located in the Driftwood Plaza on US 1 in Jupiter, Florida.
Exposure to asbestos.
Call 1-800-641-0818 now.
The wildest weather ever caught on camera. Oh my God! Tonight, tomorrow night, every weeknight. Wild weather at 8 on the Weather Channel.
Stay tuned for your local on the 8s, brought to you by LL Bean. 100% satisfaction guaranteed and free shipping every day.
From I wonder what it is to you'll never guess. Everything we sell at LL Bean is backed by the same rock-solid guarantee of satisfaction. So while they keep guessing what's inside, you can rest assured that they can always take it back or replace it. That's just how we're made. LL Bean, guaranteed to please.
Currently in our area, 70 degrees under fair skies. Today, mostly sunny. High 76. Winds light and variable. Tonight, mainly clear skies. Low 55. Winds light and variable. Tuesday, mainly sunny. High 78. Winds light and variable. Here's Here's our 7-day outlook.
Well, you know that we like to say that it's amazing out there, and this is amazing. Slow-mo. That's what we're talking about here at the Snowflake.
Slow-mo snow.
Slow-mo snow. Snowy Sunday in
That's
Denver,
cool,
1 to 3
isn't
inches
it?
falling, and look how this is beautiful in slow motion. Incredible.
And outside of Denver, in the mountains, getting something else is incredible. At least it seems incredible this year. Accumulating snow, something that the ski resorts need so bad. It's been lackluster, I think is safe to say.
Good way of putting that. A lot of man-made snow.
A lot of man-made
Powder.
snow. But now, the real deal. Here it is in slow-mo.
I think that if you have, if you
That's
live
cool.
there in the Mile High City, if you're along the Front Range, and maybe you had some employees call in sick for work today, I think they're going out and enjoying the fresh powder. I'm not blaming anybody.
Might have something to do with it.
I'm just putting it out there and saying, hey, it's
Now,
a possibility.
Other places, snow not necessarily something to cheer about because it can cause problems on the roads, and that's what we're going to take a look at right now with the winter weather update. Let's show you right now where there's some threat for some dangerous weather, and by dangerous, we're talking about ice and a freezing rain advisory right here. See that lavender color goes over to Fargo, includes Bismarck, and then there's a winter weather advisory, winter storm warning, looking for some snow. In fact, it'll be heavy at times, and you factor in the wind, it's going to be a bit of a mess. Here's the instigator right there of that low. There's the cold air in place, and then up in the moisture, when they all come together, that's when you end up with the snow. And we can see here, right along Interstate 90, we're seeing more just in the way of snow showers. Sioux Falls, a bit of a mix, but we're seeing more of a changeover right now. And then there's the wind. Winds gusting in some places stronger than 30, almost 40 miles an hour there, getting close to it. So these gusts are pretty strong, and these gusts coming down the generally northerly wind gusts will make driving difficult. You have the icy roads, snowy roads, and then the visibility down because of the winds blowing that snow. Here's 90. Here's the time. Through time now. Into the afternoon, still snow in South Dakota, parts of Nebraska, Minnesota. Eventually, it's going to cool down for you, Minneapolis, and look for some snowflakes to start flying again. You will need those gloves again before you know it. You can see that back edge to this through tomorrow morning, and in place, cool air and potentially a fair amount of snow on the ground, 5 to 8 inches in some spots.
It's the Morse code of expletives there in that video. Hollywood could not have scripted a better suspense story here. Last week's big California storm included a surprise tornado. They don't happen often in Los Angeles, and when they do, there's a lot of drama. So here's our severe weather expert, Dr. Greg Forbes.
Los Angeles had a weak tornado on Friday morning. Kind of unusual for there. It was rated EF0 on the enhanced Fujita scale 0 to 5 by the National Weather Service. Here's some of the video of the tornado in progress. You can see that it is taking roofs off an apartment building, damaged 2 homes. Look at all the debris, those pieces of sheet metal and roofing. They're flying right over the head of the person taking that video. The National Weather Service went out and did the damage assessment and ruled that this was a weak, brief tornado. It was about 5 miles southwest of downtown Los Angeles. It's kind of rare for tornadoes. The county of Los Angeles has had just 44 tornadoes over the past 65 years, so less than 1 per year. When they do happen, though, they do tend to occur in the cold season. Here's the monthly breakdown. January has led the way with 8. November was 7. December 6. So it is these kind of weather systems like we had on Friday that come through with a cold pocket aloft that tend to give the most tornadoes. Some of the warmer months do have some, but not quite as many. The reason for that is that with the Pacific Ocean temperatures not too warm, the surface temperatures are usually not too warm right along the coast there of Los Angeles, and so it's the winter systems that bring in the cold air aloft that really add to the instability. Now here's the situation then. These winter storms don't always have real high storm tops. Take a look. Here's the storm from Friday morning that caused it. It was down on the south end of this little storm here. Might not have even been high enough to cause lightning. I took a slice through that from southwest to northeast. We're used to seeing in the central part of the U.S. storms that go up in height here, maybe this 40 California, 50,000 feet level. These tops are only about 10 or 12,000 feet. That just goes to show, though, when you have that kind of low-level rotation, any kind of a storm can sometimes form a brief tornado. Back to you.
Thank you, Dr. Forbes. And that same storm that helps spur that tornado is heading east.
Just keeps going and going and going. We're going to watch the snow and the showers and thunderstorms it's producing next.
Morning, everybody. We're about to make more deliveries to more places than anybody on Earth. We have the speed, we have the technology, and we have the team. We made over 15 billion successful deliveries last year. 15 billion. Football has a season. Baseball has a season. This is our season.
'Tis the season for our new holiday stamps.
I smoked a lot and quit a lot, but ended up nowhere. Now I use this.
The Nicoderm CQ patch with unique extended release technology helps prevent the urge to smoke all day.
I want this time to be my last time. That's why I choose Nicoderm CQ.
MegaRed is an omega-3 supplement recognized by the Hope Heart Institute. Research shows omega-3s may reduce the risk of coronary heart disease. The omega-3s in MegaRed are easily absorbed by the body, and it's just one small pill a day. Support your heart health with MegaRed.
Looks like the Garcia's got a new car.
What do they get?
I don't know. It's pretty nice. Maybe he got a raise.
Good for him.
Good for her.
The expectation-shattering Buick Enclave.
Celebrate the holidays and pay no interest for 5 years, plus get $500 purchase bonus cash on the 2015 Enclave.
If you're driving and you can't see clearly for 1 second at 60 miles per hour, you can't see clearly for 88 feet. And a lot can happen in 88 feet. That's why Bosch created the new Icon with ClearMax 365. It's a rubber technology for longer lasting performance, not found on any other wiper blade. Because like you, Bosch cares about what's ahead.
Dad, I know I haven't said this often enough, but thank you.
Thank you, Mom, for protecting my future.
Thank you for being my hero and my dad.
Military families are uniquely thankful for many things. The legacy of USAA Auto Insurance could be one of them. If you're a current or former military member or their family, get an auto insurance quote and see why 92% of our members plan to stay for life.
Walmart has top gifts like the HP Stream 11 laptop with an Intel processor for great performance.
Yeah, I'm using it to video chat with Santa.
No way.
Yeah. He's naughty.
Get the top 100 gifts at unbeatable prices, like the HP Stream laptop with Intel inside. Walmart.
Say hello to the new weather.com, a beautiful new design with weather as the main story. The information you need, the site you rely on, the brand you trust. The new weather.com, the final piece in the Weather Channel redesign. The Weather Channel, it's amazing out there.
Currently in our area, 70 degrees under fair skies. Today, mostly sunny. High 76. Winds light and variable. Tonight, mainly clear skies. Low 55. Winds light and variable. Tuesday, mainly sunny. High 78. Winds light and variable. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Every Sunday night. Get down now! Prospectors, the $1 Million Mountain. Sundays at 9 on the Weather Channel.
The storm chasers in Oklahoma They got this. Those storm chasers getting a cool view here. You can see the funnel coming down. And if that were connected to the ground, that would be a tornado. This was just southwest of Oklahoma City, Apache, Oklahoma. Dark clouds, but also a little bit of blue sky here.
Yeah, there in the background. Pretty cool stuff. Now, you can see, here you can see that the aerials of that funnel cloud kind of getting a view from the sky here. Luckily, no reports of any damage. You know, in Oklahoma and in Texas, it's so wide open and the elevation doesn't change much, so you can chase from helicopters. But this is near Arcadia Lake.
You can see the rotation on a broader scale, too, the kind of ragged-looking clouds, or it's the helicopter moving.
Yeah.
But chances are it is spinning.
Yeah.
Pretty cool stuff there.
So it's important to note that, you know, even though we have this winter upon us, we can still see some of those stronger storms, and yesterday we had the threat of that. Some hail, too.
And it feels like spring almost in some areas.
It does. Hello, welcome to Weather Center Live. I'm Kate Parker.
And I'm Chris Warren. And in Oklahoma, certainly an interesting day. You might call it a wild day. And it's from the same system that started in California, and it's been tracking across the country.
This thing is just plowing. It's getting crazy up in here.
Let's take a look at it right here. So here's how it played out. This was last Thursday, and you can see all of the clouds there in the southwest covering almost the entire state of California and quiet in the middle part of the country. And then here it comes. We're watching it now go through the Four Corners area, and it does make it across the Rockies. Still a little bit of spin. Wow, look at that really taking shape there as it went across Oklahoma and into parts of Kansas and Nebraska, and today we're dealing with snow on the north side of that, but still that threat for storms. Let's go to Kate with a closer look at that. Kate.
Yeah, let's talk about these storms, because as they plow off to the east, we are seeing this massive line of them. It's a really interesting thing, kind of evolving from the center of circulation of this low. Take a look at it. There's that center of circulation. Kind of see how these showers and thunderstorms are moving in a counterclockwise rotation there around the low. Well, on the back side of that, we're getting that cold air pulled in. So that's where we have the snow. But on the front side of it, look at this line of showers and thunderstorms. It extends all the way south into Louisiana. So we're seeing that crossover into Mississippi right now. If you're in Jackson or trying to travel north from Memphis to Tupelo, you are going to be seeing some showers and thunderstorms right now. Those are moving on through, and it's all thanks to this big old dip in the jet stream. When I dip, you dip, we dip, and this thing is moving off east. We've got this low closer to the surface that is formed. That's what's triggering some of that precipitation. The snow on the backside of it in this cold air, and out ahead of it, we've got those rain and showers, thunderstorms. Now, it wasn't your typical December weather day in Oklahoma on Sunday. From a 4.1 earthquake near the town of Pawnee to quarter-sized hail and even a tornado. Meteorologist Mike Bettis has more.
The weather was anything but okay in Oklahoma City yesterday. Tornadoes were reported in Apache and near Arcadia Sunday after the same storm system caused this tornado in Los Angeles, California. The system moved east and got some help. Unusually warm temperatures across the plains, and in some places 20 degrees above their December average highs. But it wasn't just the funnel clouds that posed a threat in the Sooner State. Hailstorms popped up Sunday afternoon. 2-inch hail in Oklahoma City and just north of Chickasha, and 1 1/4-inch hail near Tuttle. And not to be outdone, golf ball size hail 5 miles east of Edmond. Despite warnings against it, several drivers sought refuge beneath overpasses.
They all seem to have the same idea, and they all seem to be pretty scared about driving in this because it was very hard to see as well. And yeah, I've heard the weather people all the time say the worst thing you can do is get under an overpass, and that can cause wrecks around you, or if a tornado's coming, it can cause a vacuum.
And if Oklahomans weren't having a rockin' enough Sunday, well, a 4.1 magnitude earthquake struck near the town of Pawnee, about 75 miles from where the severe weather was pounding Oklahoma City. I'm Mike Bettis, the Weather Channel.
And that's more weather you typically see and deal with during the springtime, and we're dealing with temperatures similar to that as well. Take a look right now at Detroit, and it looks like what you might expect this time of year, some clouds, but what's missing here are the very, very cold temperatures that you can get this time of year in Detroit. So let's take a look, try to put this into perspective for you. In Detroit, your average high temperature, 36 degrees. What we're expecting today, the forecast, it will be 52. So that's quite a bit warmer than average for this time of year, and that's really the story too. too. We're looking at warm air all the way up. You can see we have the U.S. tilted just a little bit so you can get an idea. This mild air stretches from the Gulf Coast all the way up to Detroit, parts of Michigan, parts of Wisconsin, Illinois, in the green and in the yellow. That's the mild air. That's the colors. Just look at that, and that's where the mild air is. The blue's the cold stuff. 45 right now in Chicago. Nashville, it's 40. 38 in Atlanta. So it's colder in the southeast than it is in parts of the Midwest right now. Now, warm air is ahead of the storm, but then once the storm gets through, goodbye to the mild air. That's going to be gone. But ahead of it, 10 to 20 degrees warmer than average today for a lot of spots. And we're looking at temperatures in Des Moines, 24 degrees warmer than average. And then taking it into tomorrow, still into the 50s in Pittsburgh, Charleston, West Virginia, 54. And then that cold air arrives. Detroit, you know it's not going to last too long, but balmy 52 today, a little bit of a drop tomorrow, and then back into the 30s, Kate, on Wednesday.
All right, Chris. Well, making headlines today. Small progress at the UN climate talks in Peru this weekend as a last-minute deal sends a signal that the rich country, poor country divide could be overcome. The agreement would, for the first time in history, commit every nation to reducing its rate of greenhouse gas emissions. In the past, just the developed countries were required to act. The agreement is a framework for a landmark carbon emissions pact set to be adopted in Paris. Weighing in on the climate debate is world-renowned animal and environmental expert Dr. Jane Goodall, who appeared on Weather Channel's Weather Geeks on Sunday. She's seen the effects of climate change firsthand during her work with chimpanzees and believes everyone can help turn things around.
Change the way we live. Just for a simple, ordinary person, think about the consequences of the small choices you make each day.
Yes.
I know my reasons for hope, the resilience of nature, nature coming back given a chance, animal species rescued, the human brain, all the amazing technology that will help us live in greater harmony if we use it.
That's correct.
And then in our own individual lives. And finally, the indomitable human spirit.
That is
people
correct.
who tackle the impossible and won't give up.
Speaking of people who won't give up, people in our 49th state are taking it upon themselves to turn around the world they live in 1 mile of beach at a time.
You can clean up a little bit. If you take a walk, you can spend your whole walk picking up garbage and come back the next day and there's just as much.
Later this hour, we're going to show you how the world's oceans have more plastic in them than ever before, and what everyone from ordinary folks just like you and me to top scientists are doing about it. You're watching Weather Center Live on this Monday morning.
And coming up next, we talk to the man holding the camera during the Los Angeles tornado.
It's an interesting.
And it's not over for California. San Francisco, it's wet right now.
It is indeed, and a new storm is pushing across the state with heavy rain this morning. The forecast for your area is coming up on your local on the 8th, and we're going to break down what's happening in California when we come back from those.
Currently in our area, 73 degrees under fair skies. Today, mostly sunny. High 76. Winds light and variable. Tonight, mainly clear skies. Low 55. Winds light and variable. Tuesday, mainly sunny. High 78. Winds light and variable. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Breaking wind and average fleece. Breaking wind and Duluth Trading Shoreman's fleece. Duluth Trading Shoreman's Fleece. 3 gust-busting layers, 1 beefed-up fleece. Get one only at DuluthTrading.com.
You can change your style to express your unique personality. So why can't you do the same with your eye color? We at Alcon believe you can. Introducing new Air Optics Colors prescription contact lenses. Its unique 3-in-1 color technology blends with your own eye color for a naturally beautiful look with comfort all month long. Virtually try on your perfect color and get a free trial offer at airopticscolors.com.
Nourished. Rescued. Protected. Given new hope. During the Subaru Share the Love event, Subaru owners feel it too. Because when you take home a new Subaru, we donate $250 to helping those in need. We'll have given $50 million over 7 years. Love. It's what makes a Subaru.
Get fast-acting, long-lasting relief from heartburn with doctor-recommended Gaviscon. It neutralizes stomach acid and is the only product that forms a protective barrier that helps keep stomach acid in the stomach where it belongs. For fast-acting, long-lasting relief, try Gaviscon.
If you have moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis like me, and you're talking to your rheumatologist about a biologic, this is Humira. This is Humira helping to relieve my pain and protect my joints from further damage. This is Humira giving me new perspective. Doctors have been prescribing Humira for 10 years. Humira works for many adults. It targets and helps to block a specific source of inflammation that contributes to RA symptoms.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal infections and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure. Before treatment, get tested for TB. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
Talk to your doctor and visit Humira.com. This is Humira at work.
It's only for a couple of nights, okay?
Baby? For me? She'll love it. Thanks.
New Move Free Ultra brings a revolution to joint health. It's the smallest joint health pill, now with a new triple action formula for joint, cartilage, and bone health. Move on to new Move Free Ultra.
The Dyson DC59 Motorhead has better overall performance across all floors than the top 5 best-selling full-sized vacuums, without the hassle of a cord.
Hello, I'm an Idaho potato farmer, and our big Idaho potato truck is still missing. So my buddy here is going to help me find it. Here we go! It's out there somewhere, spreading the word about America's favorite potato, heart-healthy Idaho potatoes, and the American Heart Association's Go Red for Women campaign. If you see it, I hope you'll let us know. Always look for the grown in Idaho seal.
This is Weather Center Live, and once again, more rain for California.
Yeah, also a rare sight that occurred there on Friday.
It certainly was. It was caught on camera. Dave Malkoff joins us live right now from... We're going to go to Dave in a second, but let's go ahead and talk about some of that rain, shall we? And as we take a look at where we're seeing the rain, we can see once again in the Bay Area, and we're going to go to Dave Malkoff in a moment. He's in this rain right now, and he is a wet guy right now.
If you're in California, you feel like you've been in the rain for days. You're waterlogged.
You certainly are waterlogged.
And this morning you've seen over an inch of rain in a lot of spots, close to 2 inches in some spots.
And here it comes, more of it moving in. We are looking at some wet weather once again for the Bay Area and beyond as we look at what you can expect in San Francisco. Days of rain. It's not going to be nonstop rain, but you're going to have steady rain in San Francisco today, again tomorrow, and then a little bit of a break here on Thursday, and then wet weather returns on Friday. Temperatures staying in the upper 50s for the most part.
Well, we had something really rare that happened there on Friday. You know, the waterlogged. It's this time of year where you need to pick up the rain, but this doesn't always happen.
That's right, and here's Dave Malkoff once again with a closer look at that. Hello to you, Dave.
Yeah, the rain is coming down. There's only a couple ways to capture it. You can either push it down into the aquifer in a retention basin, or you get snowpack. But this storm caused a lot of problems. We're talking power outages, we're talking rock slides, and this?
This is the day of the storm, and this is the day after. The ice cream man doesn't normally have to dodge tornado debris in South Los Angeles.
This is the tree still in my driveway. I can't even get out.
Jamie Mena recorded that video you've most likely already seen on Facebook. This is his story.
It spun up.
Behind the pictures.
The wind kept hitting my hand. That's why my hand kept twisting like that in the video.
The tornado, a confirmed EF0, sent this stroller flying. Empty, thank goodness. It busted windows.
Out of all of them, mine is the only one that got hit.
And cracked a big tree limb right onto Jamie's truck.
What's crazy though, man, I usually park right here. That's where I live right there, in the top of the roof. All that stuff that's flying in the video came from off of there. I mean, we in LA. I never thought that there would be no tornado out here.
Don't let this EF0 rating fool you. This tornado was powerful enough to twist the big metal billboard back there. But it's extremely rare. If you talk to National Weather Service, they say the last one they can remember was January 2010, and that was technically a water spout that came off the ocean. And before that, you got to go way back to the early 80s when a low-level tornado hit in downtown Los Angeles. This one will also go down in the record books along with Jamie's video.
The words I was using was just a natural reaction from me.
And a few choice words.
It was the heat of the moment, basically. You know, it just came out like that.
Who could blame him?
You know what? Any of us would react that way, right? Any of us would react like that. This rain that's falling in Northern California is pushing down towards Jamie's neighborhood in Southern California. You saw he lost a roof. Many people lost parts of their roofs up there. We saw blue tarps going up. But is that going to hold the rain back from coming in the living room or the kitchen? We'll have to see later on today as that rain pushes down to Southern California, you guys.
All right, Dave. Well, that was incredible video, but of course, we never condone or encourage folks to be that close to a tornado and trying to hold onto your camera like that.
Shelter is what we say.
Yes, take shelter. Don't try and go out the front door. Dave obviously working hard out there. This is incredible footage, but again, we don't want to see it if it puts you in danger.
Yeah, that certainly is a scary scene there. And you know, you're looking at one of the more southern locations with the palm trees. You typically don't see that.
No, not too often. All right, up next, an alarming new report about the state of our oceans.
And specifically the amount of plastic in our oceans. We're talking trillions of pieces of plastic. What it means and what's being done. That when we come back.
It's in your nature to love the great outdoors. Don't miss your chance to find the perfect gifts at the Cabela's Christmas online event. Find gifts for everyone on your list, plus check out our free shipping promotions. Don't miss our Christmas online event at Cabela's.com.
Christmas is days away, so let's act fast, really fast. Let's do must-have, know-how, just right now. Last minute? You got it. Or get one of these. Let's put the list to bed. Add up the savings and count down the days. That's how to holiday. Let's do this. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Buy a combo kit and get up to $150 toward any cordless power tool, radio, or battery.
Meet Rachel. She's a news anchor with a big personality. She's smart, funny.
Thank you. Badass.
And passionate.
Attack! I'm sorry, I said ass.
But we're about to find out.
It's okay. You'll be fine.
What happens when she gets serious?
This is a story of legitimate wrongdoing on a big scale. Nope, that's made up. Not true. If we're not going to ask these questions now, then when exactly are we going to ask them?
From MSNBC, The Rachel Maddow Show, weeknights at 9.
Currently in our area, 73 degrees under fair skies. Today, mostly sunny. High 76. Winds light and variable. Tonight, mainly clear skies. Low 55. Winds light and variable. Tuesday, mainly sunny. High 78. Winds light and variable. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Zantac heartburn alert! Stop! Nexium can take 24 hours to work. Zantac's different. Zantac rushes relief in as little as 30 minutes. For relief without the wait, try Zantac. No pill relieves heartburn faster.
Nexium 24 Hour. It's the purple pill, the #1 prescribed acid-blocking brand, available without a prescription for frequent heartburn. Get complete protection. Nexium Level Protection.
You get sick, you can't breathe through your nose. Suddenly, you're a mouth breather. Well, put on a Breathe Right strip and instantly open your nose up to 38% more than cold medicines alone, so you can breathe and sleep. Shut your mouth and sleep right. Breathe Right.
Andrew, Rita, Sandy. Meet Chris, Jackie, Joe. Minor damage or major disaster. When you need us most, we're there. State Farm. We're a force of nature, too.
You don't need to think about the energy that makes our lives possible. Because we do. We're ExxonMobil, and powering the world responsibly is our job. Because boiling an egg...
Hey, Matt, what's up?
Just looking over the company bills.
Is that what we pay for internet?
Yep, DSL's about $90 a month.
That's funny. For that price with Comcast Business, I think you get like 50 megabits.
Wow, that's fast.
Personally, I prefer slow internet. There is something about the sweet, meditative glow of a loading website.
Don't listen to the naysayer. Switch to Comcast Business today and get 50 megabits per second for $89.95. Comcast Business, built for business.
Alltech Roofing, the area's premier roofing company since 1984. We are a family-owned and operated business, and we specialize in roof replacement, repair, and new construction of all roof types. Alltech Roofing is proud to have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and have received numerous awards for quality and workmanship. Join our legions of satisfied customers today by calling Alltech Roofing for a free quote on any of your roofing needs.
883-5467. Go online to consumercellular.com or go to a Target or Sears store today.
Ride on the most treacherous highway in the world to experience the high risk of heavy rescue. Highway Through Hell, Sundays at 10 on the Weather Channel.
Families waking up to a beautiful sight in New Mexico this weekend with snow blanketing Santa Fe. But as quick as it came, much of the snow melted fast. Only about an inch fell in the city. It was just enough for some kids to build a snowman. Over a foot fell in other parts of the state. And, you know, Chris, a lot of times folks don't realize New Mexico, A, gets so much snow, or B, they have such great ski resorts.
There's elevation.
Yes.
There's mountains.
I love skiing in Taos and around Taos. And they did get some snow this weekend.
Well, good deal. And there's a look at some of the snow on the park bench and more snow coming down. It's time for the winter weather update. Let's take a look at some of the possible trouble spots this morning, and we're going to highlight some of those for you right now. Freezing rain advisory in effect for some spots. Winter weather advisory and winter storm warnings also in effect. That's where we could see accumulating snow. The blue on the radar is showing us where the snow is coming down right now. And you see the purple and then the pink colors right in there. That's either the ice or a sleet, and sometimes a bit of a mix as well. Then you factor in in these winds that are coming down, and these winds are gusting pretty heartily here too. And Broken Bow 36, Akron 37. So whatever snow's coming down, likely to be blowing around, reducing visibilities. So here's a look at the time. Mid-morning snow where we're seeing it right now, and then we're going to see more of that snow right along Interstate 90 through South Dakota into Sioux Falls into the evening and afternoon hours. So if you're planning on driving through here, just take note of the timing of this and plan your trip accordingly. And then by tomorrow morning, Minneapolis, most of the snow should be to your east. But on the ground, you're going to be in the 1 to 3 inch range here in Minneapolis. And pretty quick mover here, so not a lot of snow, but where it's snowing right now, closer to the low, you're going to be dealing with in the morning about 5 to 8 inches. That's through Wednesday morning, but really get through tomorrow, and that's going to be the bulk of it. Sioux Falls, South Dakota, snow and cold. Kate?
Oh, we are switching gears here, though, Chris. An alarming report came out this past week on the state of the world's oceans, specifically the finding that they contain far more plastic than scientists had originally thought. Here's NBC's chief environmental affairs correspondent, Ann Thompson.
Alaska's rugged shoreline, home to brown bears and sea otters, looks pristine from a distance, not close up.
There's just debris literally everywhere.
Scientist Carl Safina finds man's mark in plastic on the coast of the sparsely populated 49th state and New York's congested Long Island.
Look at this. This is all trash.
Yeah. And, you know, you can clean up a little bit. If you take a walk, you can spend your whole walk picking up garbage and come back the next day and there's just as much.
A new study says there are mind-boggling 5.25 trillion pieces of plastic in the world's oceans, nearly 300,000 tons. Lead author Marcus Erickson says that's enough 2-liter plastic bottles to go to the moon and back twice. Few pieces are that big.
92% are the size of a grain of rice or smaller.
But Erickson and his colleagues didn't find nearly as many of the really tiny pieces as expected.
We found as it got smaller, the salt and pepper sized fragments were almost disappearing from the ocean surface. They're not on the surface. They could be somewhere else, and that's where we're concerned.
Erickson says they could be sinking deep into the ocean below the 5 gyres, giant swirling bodies of water where plastic accumulates, or more ominously, entering the food web.
We're finding more in zooplankton in many fishes and seabirds, reptiles, and mammals.
Most famously, the albatross in the Pacific, the seabirds mistaking plastics for food.
Can we solve this problem?
Well, we made it, so presumably we could solve it.
California has banned single-use plastic bags, and some manufacturers are using plastics made from plants that break down in months, not years. The American Chemistry Council agrees littered plastics of any kind do not belong in the marine environment and should be recycled whenever possible. Reducing, reusing, and recycling to prevent a walk on the beach
Here's more.
from being a walk among trash. Ann Thompson, NBC News, Stony Brook, New York.
Meanwhile, millions of people have above average temperatures this morning and breaking records at the same time.
Yeah, but for some, things are already starting to cool off, right, Mike?
They are, but I was looking at the temperature in International Falls and Tallahassee, Florida this morning, and I'm thinking like, really? That can't be right. It is. We'll give you those cold and surprising numbers.
Currently in our area, 75 degrees under fair skies. Today, mostly sunny. High 76. Winds light and variable. Tonight, mainly clear skies. Low 55. Winds light and variable. Tuesday, mainly sunny. High 78. Winds light and variable. Here's our 7-day outlook.
hard to tell that we're halfway through December. I mean, we're talking about wild temperature swings to storms that are spawning tornadoes. December's acting like a month out of season.
Yeah, it looks like spring in some cases, and in other cases, it feels like spring. We're going to explain why this is happening, why it feels like spring. Plus, we're going to let you know when those winter temperatures will be back.
So I live right there, and the top of the roof, all that stuff that's flying in the video came from off of there.
Oh, the amazing video caught the moment a rare tornado hit L.A. We hear from the man who captured this scary sight. Plus, we break down just how rare it is for Hollywood to have a real tornado disaster.
And San Francisco, get ready for another round of rain. Already dealing with wet roads this morning as you're heading out the door on this Monday. How long this system's going to stick around, plus how much relief, if any, for the historic drought in California. That's next on Weather Center Live. Thank you very much for joining us today. I'm Chris Warren.
And I'm Kate Parker. Hundreds of millions of folks woke up and said, it's 10 days till Christmas. Say what? It certainly doesn't feel like it outside. It feels more like October.
But those people are also in for a change, and it's coming very soon for a lot of people. Big shock. Along with the temperatures, we're also talking about the possibility of some storms and some strong storms.
Yeah, and like we saw yesterday.
Yeah, here in Oklahoma, this is some of that hail, and you can even hear some of this hail coming down. Parking lot right here in Oklahoma City. Maybe someone's apartment complex here, but something you expect in the springtime. But it can happen this time of the year. We know that because it did happen, and it does happen. It's happened in the past, but still, regardless, as you mentioned, Kate, it's mid-October.
Yeah, you would think that you would see more ice, like in the form of actual icing, not in hailstones. So the thing is, these storms are moving east this week, and this is all from that same system that spawned that tornado off the west coast. So the system has a couple different sides to it. The first side, the rain side, where you can see we have a lot of moisture, and this line that moves, stretches all the way from Peoria to La Crosse, almost to Minneapolis. You're getting in the rain here in the next little bit. But somewhere where we're transitioning, Sioux Falls, you're getting a little bit of that icy mix now as we start to transition into that cold air mass that's behind on the backside of this low. Now the low, you can kind of see here the counterclockwise rotation. Yeah, right over Kansas City right now. So pulling off to the northeast with this, but those strain of showers and thunderstorms, they stretch all the way from Tupelo down south into Louisiana still. Alexandria still getting a bit of rain here, and this massive system in the upper levels, kind of the culprit. On the lower levels, we've got this low and this cold front that will continue to plow east through the early part of this next week, Chris.
Kate, more than 150 million people dealing with or enjoying these spring-like temperatures. But it may have people wondering just what happened to winter. Already this month, there have been hundreds of daily record highs set, including this morning in Minneapolis, 51 degrees. That was the high. Orlando, 42. Minneapolis, Minnesota, warmer this morning than Orlando. Mike Seidel joins us this morning from Minneapolis. Mike, and as you mentioned earlier, it's mild, not even glove weather in Minneapolis. That's something else.
Look at this. I mean, I could do this typically, but my fingers would, you know how it gets your fingers at about a minute, you can't even move them, but not this morning. We've gone from 51 down to 43 degrees. And again, keep in mind, the average high today is 27 degrees here in the Minneapolis-St. Paul area. So we're way above average, and the average low is 12. So at this point, we're way out of whack, but the front has come through. We've dropped off about 10 degrees. And yesterday, the low was 43. That is the warmest, second warmest low we've ever seen during meteorological winter, which is December, January, and February. Down here, Nicollet Mall. And yes, Holly Dazzle's underway. No train and no electric train anymore, but they have the whole setup here. We've got a merry-go-round. It opens today at 11. It's open till Christmas Eve. They've got food. It's just fun for everyone. As you can imagine, this weekend with temperatures above 50, the crowds were loving that weather.
This is like the perfect day to get out where we don't have to worry about freezing temperatures here in Minnesota.
Last year we were downtown for an event on this night and it was freezing cold. It was terrible. And today it's wonderful.
And once again, the colder air is coming in. The front has moved through. By this evening, we'll see temperatures down in the mid-30s. That will start to mix the snow in with the rain. We're looking for about an inch here in the city proper, but as you're north and west towards St. Cloud, out towards Eden Prairie and south and west, we've got advisories and warnings, Chris. They could see as much as 3 inches of snow, and then the highs the next several days will only be in the 20s. I say only, but that's average stuff. So the honeymoon is over here, at least in this part of the Midwest. This is all heading east towards Chicago in the next day or so. Chris?
Meteorologist Mike Seidel, thank you very much. And this is Chicago this morning, 44 degrees. That was the low. You'd expect it to be a little bit warmer than International Falls, but this is also where you were warmer than Chicago, warmer than in Chicago. You were warmer than Atlanta, 31 degrees. Chicago this morning, you were warmer than Orlando at 42 degrees. But as Mike mentioned, that cold air heading that way, heading through the Great Lakes. Here's that western storm. Ahead of the storm, that's the mild air coming up with temperatures running 10 to 20 degrees warmer than average for millions of people across this region. And we're going to be dealing with cooler air before you know it. Doesn't last forever. But today, into the 50s for Des Moines. For St. Louis, we're looking at 15 to almost 25 degrees warmer than average. And for tomorrow, a little bit cooler in Chicago, 46, 48 in Detroit, but still this is warmer than average. So dropping down a bit in Chicago, below average. That's how quickly it happens. By Wednesday, 30 degrees, 5 degrees cooler than average. Pittsburgh, you're going to be mild, warm up a bit tomorrow, and then drop back down close to average on a Wednesday. Kate?
Oh, that's going to be a rude awakening. All right, up next on Weather Center Live, we're watching yet another series of storms impacting California right now. This event won't impact and have the same punch that we saw last week, but it's bringing an additional 1 to 3 inches of rain to help the drought across the state. Live coverage from California.
This program brought to you by Progressive. Join over 3 million drivers who switched to Progressive last year.
Hi there. Hi, Flo. I know. I'm going to get you to your rental car.
This is so ridiculous.
We're going to manage your entire repair process from paperwork to pickup. Okay, little tiny baby? Your car's ready and your repairs are guaranteed for as long as you own it.
The Progressive Service Center, a real place where we really manage your claim from start to finish. Really.
Easy as easy can be. Bye.
Mega-Red is an omega-3 supplement recognized by the Hope Heart Institute. Research shows omega-3s may reduce the risk of coronary heart disease. The omega-3s in Mega-Red are easily absorbed by the body, and it's just one small pill a day. Support your heart health with Mega-Red.
For most people, earning cash back ends here at the purchase. But there's a new card in town. Introducing the Citi Double Cash Card. It lets you earn cash back when you buy and again as you pay. That's cash back twice. It's cash back with a side of cash back. The Citi Double Cash Card. The only card that lets you earn cash back twice on every purchase. With 1% when you buy and 1% as you pay. With 2 ways to earn, it makes a lot of other cards seem one-sided.
Say hello to the new weather.com. A beautiful new design with weather as the main story. The information you need, the site you rely on, the brand you trust. The new weather.com. The final piece in the Weather Channel redesign. The Weather Channel. It's amazing out there.
Currently in our area, 75 degrees under fair skies. Today, sun and clouds mixed. High 75. Winds light and variable. Tonight, mostly clear. Low 55. Winds light and variable. Tuesday, a mainly sunny sky. High 78. Winds light and variable. Here's our 7-day outlook.
The wildest weather ever caught on camera.
Oh my God!
Tonight, tomorrow night,
Every weeknight, wild weather at 8 on the Weather Channel.
Walmart has top gifts like the HP Stream 11 laptop with an Intel processor for great performance.
Yeah, I'm using it to video chat with Santa.
No way.
Yeah. He's naughty.
Get the top 100 gifts at unbeatable prices, like the HP Stream laptop with Intel inside. Walmart.
MegaRed is an omega-3 supplement recognized by the Hope Heart Institute. Research shows omega-3s may reduce the risk of coronary heart disease. The omega-3s in MegaRed are easily absorbed by the body, and it's just one small pill a day. Support your heart health with MegaRed.
No pictures of trucks pulling boats. No photos of men working on ranches. Just a Ram 1500 Eco Diesel that gets 156 more miles per tank than the Ford F-150 EcoBoost. Get more facts at ramtrucks.com.
Bad things happen when you're away from your medicine cabinet, like when you're stuck in traffic with a splitting headache and your little angel starts giving you Urgent RX Headache Relief is a new, fast-acting medicine that's ready whenever, wherever. Just rip open the pocket-friendly packet, pour the flavored, fast-dissolving powder into your mouth, and stand by for fast relief. Urgent RX Fast Powders. No water, no waiting, just right now relief. Available in singles and 10-count.
All right, here we go. Round 3 in the West, coming after one of the worst storms in 6 years to hit California over the weekend. Many areas drying out.
And cleaning up. Look at this mess.
Big time.
A mudslide sent rocks and debris spilling into homes in Camarillo Springs, covering some of the homes up to their roofs. More than a dozen of them have been deemed uninhabitable, and you can see why.
And wouldn't you know it, here we go again. The rain into California. Here it comes. Okay, let's take a look at the radar right now, and we can see where the rain is coming down and where it's heaviest right now. And we're looking at the Bay Area. This is where we're seeing some of the heavier rain, but it's really a little bit farther away. You get over into the valley there, and you're seeing some of the heavier rain come down right now, but still enough to weten up the roads in San Francisco proper. Some of the rain earlier, and then you got right through Modesto, some of that heavy rain. Now moving into Monterey, Carmel, dealing with the rain at this point. And here comes again another slug of moisture moving up into Northern California. And with this system moving through, you're going to have some showers, more rain. Not as strong as the last system that moved through late last week or the one before that. But regardless, a lot of water falling onto some already waterlogged land, and timing it out for you through 9 o'clock, 10, noon. More of a showery pattern, so still some clouds around, hit and miss with the rain into the evening and then overnight hours. And then look at this. Here comes another one by tomorrow. So it's one after another. And today they're getting, it is much needed rain, but it is making things a little messy early on. Let's go to Dave Malkoff right now. He is live this morning in San Jose. Dave, looks like the wind's even blowing a little bit where you are.
Yeah, it's a windy, soggy commute here in the heart of Silicon Valley. You would hope that in a drought you could save some of this water, just a little bit. Well, here in the South Bay, south of San Francisco, they've collected something like 6,000 acre-feet of water in retention basins. Run that through a web calculator so you can figure out what 6,000 acre-feet means. That comes out to 1.9 billion gallons of water just in South Bay reservoirs. Down in Los Angeles County, they've collected just about as much, about 2 billion gallons of water so far. So they are collecting this water, but it can only hold so much. The ground gets saturated after a while. It's caused some chaos. We showed you Camarillo in Ventura County, where all those rocks came off of the hillside after the Springs fire right into people's homes. Very dangerous situation. Very lucky that nobody got hurt or killed in that. There was a tornado in South Los Angeles. There were lights out in San Francisco on the last storm. Luckily, this one's not going to be as bad as the last one, Chris, but the rain's still coming down, and it's been coming down for about 3 hours now.
All right, Dave Malkoff, thank you very much. We appreciate that. Now let's go to Kate Parker, who's keeping an eye on how this is or is not affecting the drought. Kate.
Okay, so you know I love to give you some stats. It's kind of my favorite thing because it gives you some perspective on just how much rain we're talking about. San Jose, this area has seen 5.25 inches above average this month. Now, to get that into perspective, last year you got 3.8 inches of rain the entire year. January to January, 3.8 inches. Look at this. 6.3 inches so far this month, over 13 inches since January 1st. Just a tremendous amount of rain helping to chip away at some of those drought numbers. Let's talk about San Francisco. 1.62 inches is the average December rainfall, but what we've seen is 7.75 inches. Chris, this is incredible.
It is incredible. So was the site in Los Angeles, a tornado.
We got this one. We got Pepper. Did he help pick it out? No, he's a cat. Is this mine? That one's for Alice, but she doesn't know it yet. Why not? Mom says she's still cooking.
Capture your memories with Hallmark keepsake ornaments.
All right, listen up. Out on that field today, you will be ready for anything. And I want you to always remember, this is the greatest team you will ever be part of.
There's important work to be done. And only some able to do it. Can you make the cut?
Some things fall short on quality. And some things are all about quality. Like the Hyundai Elantra, one of 3 Hyundai models to receive a J.D. Power Award for initial quality. Right now, during Hyundai holidays, take advantage of our best offers of the season.
Get the Hyundai Elantra for 0% APR for 60 months plus $500 holiday bonus cash.
Mega-Red is an omega-3 supplement recognized by the Hope Heart Institute. Research shows omega-3s may reduce the risk of coronary heart disease. The omega-3s in Mega-Red are easily absorbed by the body, and it's just 1 small pill a day. Support your heart health with Mega-Red.
Say hello to the new weather.com, a beautiful new design with weather as the main story. The information you need, the site you rely on, the brand you trust.
It's the season for sugar and spice. Measuring, mixing, melting, stirring things up. It's a sip, a taste, a nibble. It's the perfect time to let us do the cooking. Find the perfect platters for your event in our Gather and Share brochure. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
Oh, cool. I can check my credit score on Credit Karma.
Checking your credit score is for chumps. I have great credit.
How do you know?
Duh.
You know those change, right?
Tattoos don't change.
Try Credit Karma. It's free and you can see what your score is right now. Aren't you a little bit curious?
I just got my free credit score.
Credit Karma. Really free credit scores. Really free.
I've got to update my ink.
Call right now. To order your limousine, call 1-800-997-4948. That's 1-800-997-4948.
The wildest weather ever caught on camera.
Oh my God!
Tonight, tomorrow night, every weeknight. Wild Weather at 8 on the Weather Channel.
Stay tuned for your local on the 8s, brought to you by LL Bean. 100% satisfaction guaranteed and free shipping every day.
From I wonder what it is to you'll never guess. Everything we sell at LL Bean is backed by the same rock-solid guarantee of satisfaction. So while they keep guessing what's inside, you can rest assured that they can always take it back or replace it. That's just how we're made. LL Bean, guaranteed to please.
Currently in our area, 74 degrees under fair skies. Today, sun and clouds mixed. High 75. Winds light and variable. Tonight, mostly clear, low 55, winds light and variable. Tuesday, a mainly sunny sky, high 78, winds light and variable. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Channel, we like to say it's amazing out there, and boy is this slow motion snow in Denver, as they say in Frozen fractals all around.
Okay.
It's part of a song.
Totally trust you on that one.
Totally. You've definitely not seen Frozen.
Nope.
You have no little girls in your life. It's apparent.
What's cool about this, you're looking at these big snowflakes coming down, and oftentimes you get these snowflakes coming down, they're kind of wet on the end, partially melted, and they'll stick together, and they'll make these monster snowflakes, and they fall almost that slow.
They are almost that slow,
Yeah.
but this is incredible. I love that. How peaceful is this? I mean, can we make this like the backdrop on my computer or something? I want to watch this all the time. All right, they did
cool
get some
stuff.
snow a little bit higher in the elevations too, in the mountains, getting some good snowpack for the skiers, snowboarders, all that stuff.
The whole deal, getting ready for that. It has been a little lackluster as far as the snow goes in the mountains, but there is some snow falling, and there's more on the way. Let's go ahead right now in the winter weather update and take a look at some of the dangerous spots where the snow maybe not so welcome, especially where we're seeing some of that freezing rain advisory for parts of North Dakota into Minnesota. Otherwise, we're looking at snow. Here's that area of low pressure, and coming around it, cold air and moisture coming together. That gives you the snow there. If the air is cold enough and there's enough moisture, travel along Interstate 90. Snow possible to accumulate on the ground, on the interstate, and then also blowing around with some of these wind gusts upwards of 40 miles an hour right now. So you have to watch for that. Now, timing it out, giving you an idea of when that snow will be here. This is what the computer is showing us the radar and the clouds are going to look like. So where the rain and the clouds will be, or in this case, snow. The blues of the snow tonight. That snow moves to the east. Sioux Falls, that'll be out of there by daybreak tomorrow. Minneapolis, by the end of the morning commute, that snow should be done, but the first part of it still a chance for dealing with some of that snow. When it's all said and done here with this particular system, you're looking at about 5 to 8 inches of snow on the ground throughout parts of South Dakota, generally to the west of Sioux Falls. And we're also looking at some of the heaviest amounts in the upper peninsula of Michigan.
Hollywood could not have scripted this any better. Last week's big California storm included a surprise tornado, and they don't happen often in LA. So when they do, there's obviously lots of drama. Here's our severe weather expert, Dr. Greg Forbes.
Los Angeles had a weak tornado on Friday morning. Kind of unusual for there. It was rated EF0 on the enhanced Fujita scale 0 to 5 by the National Weather Service. Here's some of the video of the tornado in progress. You can see that it is taking roofs off an apartment building, damaged 2 homes. Look at all the debris. Those pieces of sheet metal and roofing, they're flying right over the head of the person taking that video. The National Weather Service went out and did the damage assessment and ruled that this was a weak, brief tornado. It was about 5 miles southwest of downtown Los Angeles. It's kind of rare for tornadoes. The county of Los Angeles has had just 44 tornadoes over the past 65 years, so less than 1 per year. When they do happen, though, they do tend to occur in the cold season. Here's the monthly breakdown. January has led the way with 8, November with 7, December 6. So it is these kind of weather systems like we had on Friday that come through with a cold pocket aloft that tend to give the most tornadoes. Some of the warmer months do have some, but not quite as many. The reason for that is that with the Pacific Ocean temperatures not too warm, the surface temperatures are usually not too warm right along the coast there of Los Angeles, and so it's the winter systems that bring in the cold air aloft that really add to the instability. Now here's the situation then. These winter storms don't always have real high storm tops. Take a look. Here's the storm from Friday morning that caused it. It was down on the south end of this little storm here. Might not have even been high enough to cause lightning. I took a slice through that from southwest to northeast. We're used to seeing in the central part of the U.S. storms that go up in height here here, maybe this 40 or 50,000 feet level, these tops are only about 10 or 12,000 feet. That just goes to show, though, when you have that kind of low-level rotation, any kind of a storm can sometimes form a brief tornado. Back to you.
Thank you, Dr. Forbes. And the same powerful storm that moved through California is marching east.
And producing some tornadoes.
Right. That's something they're going to have to watch out for.
Yeah, in its path yesterday, Oklahoma, tornado reports and even large hail across the metro area of Oklahoma City, where the system is headed next. That's when we come back after your local on the 8th.
If you have moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis like me, and you're talking to your rheumatologist about a biologic, this is Humira. This is Humira helping to relieve my pain and protect my joints from further damage. This is Humira giving me new perspective. Doctors have been prescribing Humira for 10 years. Humira works for many adults. It targets and helps to block a specific source of inflammation that contributes to RA symptoms.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal infections and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure. Before treatment, get tested for TB. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
Talk to your doctor and visit Humira.com. This is Humira at work.
How to fix plumber's butt. Step 1, identify the problem. Step 2, carefully remove shirt. Step 3, put on a Duluth long-tail tee. Step 4, double-check your work. The Duluth Longtail Tee, 3 inches longer to keep you covered. Get one only at DuluthTrading.com.
Christmas is days away, so let's act fast, really fast. Let's do must-have, know-how, just right now. Last minute? You got it. Or get one of these. Let's put the list to bed. Add up the savings and count down the days. That's how to holiday. Let's do this. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Buy a combo kit and get up to $150 toward any cordless power tool, radio, or battery.
At the end of the day, my hands are beat up.
Especially during the winter times, hands are splitting, cracking, making it very difficult to do my job.
O'Keefe's Working Hands. Guaranteed relief for dry hands that crack and split.
Best stuff we've ever used.
It just works.
Learn more at workinghands.com.
MegaRed is an omega-3 supplement recognized by the Hope Heart Institute. Research shows omega-3s may reduce the risk of coronary heart disease. The omega-3s in MegaRed are easily absorbed by the body, and it's just one small pill a day. Support your heart health with MegaRed.
Hello, I'm an Idaho potato farmer, and our big Idaho potato truck is still missing. So my buddy here is going to help me find it. Here we go! It's out there somewhere, spreading the word about America's favorite potato, heart-healthy Idaho potatoes, and the American Heart Association's Go Red for Women campaign. If you see it, I hope you'll let us know. Always look for the Grown in Idaho seal.
Say hello to the new weather.com, a beautiful new design with weather as the main story. The information you need, the site you rely on, the brand you trust. The new weather.com, the final piece in the Weather Channel redesign. The Weather Channel, it's amazing out there.
Currently in our area, 74 degrees under fair skies. Today, sun and clouds mixed. High 75. Winds light and variable. Tonight, mostly clear. Low 55. Winds light and variable. Tuesday, a mainly sunny sky. High 78. Winds light and variable. Here's our 7-day outlook.
dangerous highway in the world to experience the high risk of heavy rescue. Highway Through Hell, Sundays at 10 on the Weather Channel.
The storm chasers in Oklahoma caught this funnel cloud near Apache. This is just southwest of Oklahoma City. You can really see that funnel, the dark clouds and the little twisty deal there, extending almost down to the ground.
Yeah, you can see the aerials of that as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Some different video that we have, a different perspective of these funnels. There
From the helicopter.
There it is, from the helicopter. You know, you can do this safely in Texas and Oklahoma, where you have these wide open spaces. You can be really far away from these storms and safely fly and get this footage. You can see it trying to form there a little bit, just a little bit of a funnel. Oh, that's like in South Florida, they call that a baby waterspout.
Baby waterspouts.
Just a little baby one there. All right, thanks for staying with us here on Weather Center Live. I'm Kate Parker.
And I'm Chris Warren. It's certainly a wild day in Oklahoma yesterday, and it's from that same system that started in California, and now it's tracking across the country.
And it's just slamming a lot of different spots.
And here it is. Let's go ahead and take a look at how this played out. This started last week, started on Thursday in California. All the clouds there, we have it circled for you, and you're going to watch it as it's moving through the southwest here. Just looks like a bit of a mess. And then once it gets east of the Four Corners, starting to take shape. Look at it right there. See that little kind of curly Q moving through Kansas. And now on the north end of this and to the west, dealing with some snow. But there is still that severe weather threat, Kate.
Some storms out there this morning, Chris, and it's incredible how wide, but a large area that we're seeing this system impact. Look at the center of it. You can kind of tell here. Look at the thunderstorms that have just started to pop up just north of the center of this low. Omaha, all down south, stretching into portions of northeastern Kansas. You're starting to get some of those thunderstorms. The center of the low over Kansas City right now, the cold side of it, you're getting slammed with some snow as we speak. We've also got this large line of showers that extends through Illinois. We're talking about Peoria on down all the way into Tupelo, Mississippi. You are seeing this move on through right now. Jackson, Mississippi, you're about to get another round of some thunderstorms as we speak. So here's what it looks like today. You've got rain with a mix of showers and thunderstorms off to the east. You've got snow on the west side of the system. And then we've got a sliver of an area that could potentially have some icy mix. That's when driving gets incredibly treacherous and it gets incredibly dangerous out there. All right, so Jackson, today, you do have the risk of those thunderstorms like you're seeing right now, like you saw earlier this morning. Then tomorrow, this moves into the northeast. What day? From New York down to Charleston, West Virginia to Charlotte, we're going to be seeing that rain. Now, it wasn't your typical December weather day in Oklahoma on Sunday. From a 4.1 earthquake near the town of Pawnee to quarter-sized hail and even a tornado. Meteorologist Mike Bettis has more.
The weather was anything but okay in Oklahoma City yesterday. Tornadoes were reported in Apache and near Arcadia Sunday after the same storm system caused this tornado in Los Angeles, California. The system moved east and got some help. Unusually warm temperatures across the plains, and in some places 20 degrees above their December average highs. But it wasn't just the funnel clouds that posed a threat in the Sooner State. Hailstorms popped up Sunday afternoon. 2-inch hail in Oklahoma City and just north of Chickasha, and 1 1/4-inch hail near Tuttle. And not to be outdone, golf ball size hail 5 miles east of Edmond. Despite warnings against it, several drivers sought refuge beneath overpasses.
They all seem to have the same idea, and they all seem to be pretty scared about driving in this because it was very hard to see as well. And yeah, I've heard the weather people all the time say the worst thing you can do is get under an overpass, and that can cause wrecks around you, or if a tornado's coming, it can cause a vacuum.
And if Oklahomans weren't having a rockin' enough Sunday, well, a 4.1 magnitude earthquake struck near the town of Pawnee, about 75 miles from where the severe weather was pounding Oklahoma City. I'm Mike Bettis, the Weather Channel.
Severe weather reminding you of spring, possibly the temperatures too. Let's take a look right now. This is Detroit in the GM building with the different colors. It'll change colors there. And the thing is about the GM building, if you go in there, you go into the lobby, it's pretty cool. Some ramparts, kind of different levels, and they have some cars around. But what you're not going to feel when you come outside, and which you typically would in the middle of December, is that cold air smacking you in the face here in Detroit. Not the case. In fact, in Detroit, your average high temperature is 4 degrees warmer than the freezing mark, 36 degrees, but the high today, 52. It's almost enough to make you sweat, Detroit. I mean, that's a mild air. And in Chicago, so keeping it in the Midwest here, it's 44 degrees. That's what it was this morning. It was 44. And in Atlanta, it was colder. It was colder in Atlanta. It was also colder in Orlando this morning than it was in Chicago. Talking about some mild air and some unusually warm air for many spots. Right now, it is running in the 40s. It's still warmer in Chicago than it is in Atlanta. However, Florida, you'll warm up a little bit faster there at 60 in Jacksonville.